Stand still. Give me your hands.
Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, robbery and organised crime. And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line.
You're nicked as well.
Tonight, drugs raids, drink drivers, dangerous crashes, drunken fights and family feuds.
Back up!
It's 1 a.m. and someone has dialed 999. There's a man on the loose with a knife. Responding is Tango Charlie 37. That's PC Hugh Evans.
We're on our way to a call in St David's, report of a domestic, but the person involved is brandishing a knife at the address, and the duty inspector in our control room in Carmarthen has authorised the armed response vehicle to arm themselves prior to getting to the scene.
PC Evans is first on the scene and the officers are met by a very distressed woman.
Who's in there? How many's in there?
My sister-in-law and my daughter is in there. My 5-year-old daughter is in there.
The man with the knife is still in the house, so is another woman and a child.
I'll sit in the back of the car.
No, I need
Go on.
to go.
No, you're not going to go back in there. You're not going to go back in there at all.
But as the man has a knife, PC Evans has to wait for the armed response vehicle before he can do anything.
From where we are, we have visual on the premises, but we're still approximately 100 yards away over.
The armed response unit has just arrived. They're specialists in dealing with this kind of situation.
Yeah, no, there's still 3 inside there.
PC Evans fills in the armed units on what's going on. There's 3 inside the house, the man with the knife, the distressed lady's daughter and her sister.
Is the front door open? Has he been drinking?
Yes.
Before been drinking, but I've sobered up now because of this.
The man has been drinking and is armed, so the police are authorised to use non-lethal force, meaning high-voltage tasers. Now they have to decide whether storming the building is the right option, especially when there is a child involved. At 2 a.m. in the morning, any cars moving on the road are potentially suspicious. And PC Gareth Charles's sixth sense has been awakened by this one.
I'm in the Tears Cross area. Cars just passed us now as we were going out of Haverfordwest. So I said we'll have a chat with the driver now and see what's occurring. You all right? Just a routine check, is all?
Yep.
What brings you out this time of night?
Well, we're travelling back to, where are we going? Brit Ferry.
Ah, right, okay. From where? Where have you come from tonight?
Well, at Milford Haven to pick up fishing gear.
Got a drink at all tonight?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Been in trouble with the police before?
Yeah, once or twice, like.
What for?
Fighting.
Have you got anything in the car you shouldn't have?
No.
A check with the police computer reveals that the car has no insurance and, more importantly, this driver is currently on a ban.
Your vehicle's going to be seized now under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act because you've got no current driving licence.
You're an expired.
Now listen.
It's coming back.
You know the situation because you had a vehicle seized.
Yeah, but it's coming back.
You had a vehicle seized recently for the same.
Yeah, but when it does come back, then you can drive. But until it comes back, you obviously can't.
The driver also turns out to be on bail for drug-related offences, so PC Charles has to carry out a thorough search of both the car and the occupants.
What else we're going to do is we're going to take you back for a purpose of a search, okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to take you into the police station for a search, and the occupants of the car and the vehicle.
What started out as a routine stop is quickly turning into a lot more. PC Charles has a hunch. He thinks there are drugs in the car. Back in St David's, the armed response unit is ready to go in. The plan is to do it quickly and silently, tasers ready, using the open back door. In seconds, the armed units are in and the situation is over.
He's in, is he? Okay, he's in custody.
And the man is disarmed without a struggle. The man was in possession of these 2 kitchen knives, but he handed them over when he was confronted by officers armed with tasers. As soon as the all clear is given, the woman returns to get her child. With the child safe and the man disarmed, officers have control of the situation. But there's another family member who's just returning to the house. The daughter of the woman who was threatened earlier has come back to the house, grabbed a knife and lunged at the man in custody.
Oh, she just went with a knife at him.
Keep still now.
But there are plenty of police here and she's very quickly restrained.
Can you get off me? He's pulling my fucking arm.
The woman is arrested for a fray, and to prevent the situation flaring up again, she is removed from the house immediately.
I am walking fucking tight, you prick! Oh, back up!
She returned to the property, having gone to look for her mother, who we were concerned about earlier on. When she got back into the house, she went to the kitchen and pulled a knife out and went to attack the male person that was already under arrest. So she's now been arrested as well for a fray.
Coming up, PC Williams gets a result.
Weighing scales here as well.
There's a massive drugs bust.
It's a nice crop, this is.
And PC Owen Dillon is on the trail of vandals.
Come here!
In Haverfordwest, the owner of the red Citroen is taken into the station to be searched. In his wallet, he has £1,000 in cash.
Why have you got £1,000 on you?
Because I'm going up for the weekend with friends.
Oh, £1,000?
Of course.
Is that what it costs for a weekend in Buryport?
Intelligence to suggest that the occupants are actively involved in the supply of controlled drugs. So they've all been brought into custody for the purposes of strip search under the Misuse of Drugs Act.
They're taken away one by one and asked to remove all their clothes to prove they're not hiding anything. The female passenger from the car is led away for a search, which reveals 1 ecstasy tablet, but it seems someone may have just emptied their pockets.
Herbal cannabis, we just noticed on the floor whether it's come from one of these when we brought them in. They've just discarded it when they've been walked in. I don't know, but it's come from somebody.
We've got a cannabis grinder, and I think we've worked that out as liquid Viagra and some needles, but they're new needles, there's nothing in them.
PC's Gareth Charles and Justin Williams turn their attention to the car and they quickly find more incriminating evidence.
What else are we going to find in the Aladdin's cave?
Everywhere they look, they find more drugs.
Got a tiny little bit of heroin here, I think.
It's got a bag of herbal cannabis here. What's that?
A liquid form of Viagra. There's enough there for keep the Eiffel Tower up for a week, isn't it?
Now it's time for the third passenger to explain himself. Not as simple as it seems for this man.
When we stopped you, you were the front seat passenger in the car.
Yeah, but when you
Yeah?
got in there, when I got
Okay.
out,
Well, there we are.
you can test me for drugs.
Wait, listen. That's where it was. That's where you were sitting when we stopped you in the car. Okay, so I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of Class A. Okay, so a small quantity, but I'm going to on suspicion. I'm not saying that you're guilty of it. You're being arrested on suspicion of it. Okay. Right. You don't have to say anything. May I, with defence, you don't mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
The passenger is arrested on suspicion of possession. But all the findings in the car are starting to point towards the far more serious crime of drug dealing.
It's certainly taken a bit of a twist now. A number of clear plastic bags, quite often used for the purposes of dealing drugs. Weighing scales here as well. Got traces of, looks to be white powder on it. Again, favoured by the drug dealers.
Not only are there quantities of drugs in the car and possible evidence of drug dealing, But there's also the suggestion that someone intends to grow drugs as well.
She's found in the boot of the car, quotation, full hydroponics kit used for cultivating cannabis. When you're talking between £5,000 and £6,000 each for these kits, you're talking a large-scale operation here potentially.
And if all the heroin, cannabis, ecstasy, Viagra, scales, bags and hydroponics brochures weren't enough, there's a written confession as well.
Don't phone my old number, the old bill took my phones off me. Gutted, and the bastards took my car. It's from the driver of the car, written to his brother. It won't be long, you'll be back out here running things, so I can show you this is how we do it. So far, the female occupant's been arrested, suspicion of possession of ecstasy. The male front seat passenger's been arrested on suspicion of Class A heroin, and we're just about to go and arrest the driver now on suspicion of possession of cannabis and with intent to supply.
It's dawn in Llanelli and the drug squad are preparing for a raid.
We believe quite strongly that there is a cannabis plantation inside this address. There's some of these cannabis plantations around the country have been found to contain some serious booby traps, doors, windows wired up to the mains, floorboards raised inside the doorways with carpets over them, nail beds on windowsills covered with cardboard.
Booby traps pose a real threat to officers carrying out the raid. All it takes is grabbing the wrong door handle and this operation could go horribly wrong. Officers need to proceed with extreme caution. Normally, the drug squad would approach fast and loud, but with the threat of booby traps, this time they cover the doors to prevent escape and approach silently, checking for danger. Then smash the door in.
Hello? Please, hello, please, come down. Come down, please. Please, come down. Hello, come down.
As they open up more of the property, it's becoming clear this is a massive hall.
Hello, anyone else upstairs?
And there are people here too.
Okay, don't worry.
No,
it's okay.
Two possible gang members of Vietnamese origin are arrested on the premises.
You're all right, madam. Okay.
Get her out then.
There we are. Look after us, Steve, will you? Or hand it over to one of the boys, please.
Each window has been covered with thick curtains to prevent the high-powered hydroponics lights, which are on 24 hours a day, being seen at night by passers-by. Skunk is a form of marijuana, but it can be up to 4 times stronger than the normal drug. Incidences of cannabis plantations have massively increased over the last 5 years. Police in the UK are now busting on average 3 every day. But they're cropping up faster than the police can stop them. There are so many factories making so much cannabis that instead of importing it, the UK is now exporting it abroad. Dyfed-Powys Police patrol one of the largest force areas in the UK. Their patch stretches from the beaches of Pembrokeshire to the mountains of Mid Wales and the Brecon Beacons. With such a large area and such a low number of officers, reaching the scene of an incident can sometimes be a major problem. PC Justin Williams has been called to a road traffic collision, or RTC, and there are people hurt. 999 operators are saying that there's one lady with serious head injuries. It's imperative that PC Williams gets there quickly.
Yeah, noted. I'll check that room now.
But this far out into the countryside, nothing is simple.
Struggling to find any signs of an RTC.
The 999 caller hasn't given a good description of her location, and PC Williams is having difficulty finding it.
The Clarbison Road area is huge because you've got loads of little back roads and classified roads. I think it's a case of a needle in a haystack, really.
He has to call upon any resources available, even passing motorists.
Any sign of an accident at all up here? Yeah. No, you haven't passed anything? Okay, if you could just hang on there a second, I'll be going back that way, okay? Thanks. I'm wondering whether somebody's got the location completely wrong.
An ambulance has also been called to the scene, but they can't find the RTC either. With the reported head injury, every minute at this stage is crucial.
Ambulance can't find it. If we got somebody with a head injury who's saying she's not feeling too good, well, you're obvious.
It was the injured lady who made the 999 call. The police operator has tried calling her back, but now she's not responding. PC Williams has to find her fast. Back in Carmarthenshire, the drug squad are beginning to realise the scale of the operation they've just disrupted.
It's a nice crop, this is.
They've arrested 2 people from this house, both Vietnamese and both speaking very poor English.
The interpreters are going to be here in about an hour.
The drug squad can't have their faces shown because of the undercover work they do.
It's been a bonus for us is the fact that 2 individuals that are involved in this have been at the premises. Exactly what their position is in this organised crime gang is yet to be established, but clearly they were servicing this particular crop and were acting as gardeners here, but the investigation is still in its early stages.
Police believe the Vietnamese people living in the house are illegal immigrants, smuggled in by organised gangs and put to work to pay off the fees they were charged to get into the UK in the first place.
2 guys under arrest, the female and the male. So they're going to be conveyed back to Escalates police station once they've been searched, and we're happy with the rest of the house. They'll be booked in. The clothing will be taken, swabs of the hands will be taken as well, and then we'll go from there really.
It's certainly what we expected. It looks like quite a substantial crop of skunk cannabis here, which will obviously take us a great deal of time now to dismantle and to preserve evidentially.
On the back roads of West Wales, PC Justin Williams has found the ambulance, but they can't find the RTC either.
Well, I've been up on a main road, Poison Cross, Skelton Manor, nothing. I came back down this road, nothing.
The 999 operators still can't get through to the injured lady. She's not responding to their calls.
We're directly behind the ambulance now. Hopefully between the 2 of us, we should come across it shortly.
There's only one more place they haven't checked, and PC Williams and the ambulance head off together to see if there's anything there.
Not seen her.
Finally, they find the crash. The paramedics immediately tend to the woman. She's hit her head on the windscreen with such force that it has shattered.
Having about 25 miles per hour.
PC Williams, meanwhile, gets on with the job of finding out what happened and takes a statement from the other driver involved in the crash.
When I saw a white Mini coming towards me, I braked, but the Mini collided with the front of my car, yeah?
It turns out to be a typical country lane crash, 2 cars coming towards each other, but only space for one. As the injured lady is rushed off to hospital for treatment, PC Williams heads off to check the other car involved, which has already been moved off the road.
I'll come up to the car with you now. Don't go worrying too much about it. It could have been a lot worse, isn't it? You know.
Could be worse, eh?
Well, you know, we go to lots of bad smashes or serious injuries. A narrow stretch of road. Both vehicles have braked. Obviously, there's nowhere for them to go without colliding.
But the lady's head injury might be at least partly her own fault.
Passenger in the Mini appears not to be wearing a seatbelt. She's hit her head on a windscreen. You could see from the centre of the screen that's where the crack has originated from. Usually you do see like a haze in the cracks of the glass. I've put her mind at rest. I've no intention of prosecuting her under these circumstances. I feel she's suffered enough. Can you do us a favour and pull this car off the road for us?
All that's left for PC Williams to do is flag down a passing tractor to help him get the car off the road.
Sorted.
Turns out there are some advantages to being in the countryside after all.
I've got no steering, so slowly.
Back at the cannabis factory, the plants are being counted and chopped down to be taken away for testing.
It's approximately 120 plants here. They're the female cannabis plants. The skunk there, quite a bit of money to be made from it. There's a ventilation, extraction system, the lighting, and there's 4 bedrooms upstairs. They just have various stages of growth, basically. I'm guessing these are probably previous stalks from previous harvests.
This house alone could have been producing more than £1 million worth of cannabis per year. The hydroponics lights take up so much electricity that if the cannabis farmers used the usual plug sockets, the massive jump in power consumption would have been noticed.
This is the main cable coming in.
Uh-huh.
That's the 2 line taps, what they've tapped onto it.
I see.
Yeah, crafty, innit?
In order to avoid suspicion, they steal electricity direct from the mains. It's a very dangerous business.
That proves that this is alive. That's what they call line taps. A lot of these factories now, they don't even bother with an earth. Scary.
The plants will now be taken away to a secure place and incinerated, and the lights and equipment will be destroyed. Coming up, illegal off-roaders getting caught by the cops.
Can you take some registration numbers down?
Late night fights. And you'd better not lie to PC Dwayne.
I'm not satisfied this is you, okay?
In Powys, PC Owen Dillon is at the top of the Brecon Beacons, tackling a traffic problem with a difference. The National Park Wardens have an ongoing battle with illegal off-roaders destroying the moorland. Today, 2 spotters have seen 4x4s tearing up the parkland on top of the mountains. The police take this very seriously. These vandals are destroying moorland and endangering people.
5 vehicles that we're going to try and intercept now, and we could do with helicopter assistance. We're heading over to the area of Treble Quarry, where these vehicles actually on this byway. Previously we ran an operation here where we had a number of vehicles we dealt with, including a van that had recently stolen a safe in a burglary, and they're actually on the way to burn the van out and the safe. And it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride to get there. Oh. Easy, Sam.
With the 4x4 stuck, PC Dillon has to cover the last 100 metres on foot.
Yeah, they're trying to make off from us. We're back in a minute.
The off-roaders see him coming and make a run for it.
Yeah, Del, can you take some registration numbers down? Tango, Oscar.
In Pembrokeshire, PC Paddy Dwayne is getting to grips with a very different type of traffic problem.
We'd better do a check on this one.
PC Dwayne has a near photographic memory for people and cars, and this car has come to his attention before.
I know where this vehicle comes from, and I know the previous owner, or maybe there's still the same owner, but the person driving it isn't that person, so I'm going to cause them to stop it and have a check. Hello. Is this your vehicle?
Yeah.
It is yours?
Yeah.
And how long have you had this vehicle?
Quite a while now.
Since when?
3-4 years now.
Right, and what's your name? And your date of birth?
In 73.
73?
Yeah.
How old are you? How old are you?
1973. I don't
No, how old are you now?
28, 31, something.
I'm not satisfied this is you, okay? I'm really not satisfied this is you.
This is all the details you want that I've got on me. Well, what else do you expect me to provide you?
No, I just asked you your age, and you couldn't even tell me your age.
Unsurprisingly, PC Dwayne smells a rat.
Is this you or not? It's time to be honest now.
It's me.
It's definitely you. Yeah. And you've had the vehicle, you say 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I dealt with an incident with this vehicle going back about 2 years ago in an accident. You don't remember that, no? And the person who claimed that this vehicle, who owned this vehicle, wasn't you. It was someone else. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the station now, okay, and clarify that this is you, okay, by photograph, all right? And if this is you, then there's obviously an issue with the other person who's given me your details. But I will find out.
Back in the Brecon Beacons, 2 cars have made off from PC Owen Dillon. but 2 are stuck where they are with no means of escape.
You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. Don't mention when questioned, something which you later line in court.
Can you show us on the map? Or we honestly didn't know that you can drive that one, can't you, that track?
You're not supposed to be riding off on the moorland at all.
At the top of the mountain, one of the fleeing off-roaders has decided to hang around and now seem to be taunting PC Owen Dillon. Never a good idea.
Hey, you may as well come here because we got police waiting at the end.
Yeah, if you could pass that as an obs message to Gwen. He's ripping up the moorland and is failing to stop for us.
But this guy has no intention of coming over. He knows that while PC Dillon is on foot, there's nothing he can do.
He's actually driving dangerously near pedestrians who are walking across the hills. It's one up, it's a green Daihatsu vehicle.
But PC Dillon has a trick up his sleeve.
I've got a chopper coming. We'll see if we can persuade him to stop. You can see a massive area of damage that's been caused here.
The reckless driver is also endangering hikers using the moorland.
How did it make you feel when you saw him whizzing around?
I had a little thought, off-road idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he not meant to be there?
No. Obviously, you know, one of the reasons is erosion, but it's dangerous to people like you.
The helicopter support unit, X-Ray 99, equipped with the latest high-quality cameras, will be there any second.
I'm very keen for you to be able to sort of get some pictures of it if you can, and I don't know if there's any way that we're going to be able to sort of persuade him to stop so we can speak to him. But he's driving like an absolute loon across the moors, he is. The good thing is he's heading towards our pinch point.
Time is running out for the taunting off-roader.
I don't like to let things go, you know.
Back in Haverfordwest, PC Paddy Dwayne has told the suspicious driver to stay in the car park of the local Tesco's while he checks the police computer.
I'm just doing a check now on the gentleman. And I'll see if it's him as a picture. No, it's a different person. This is the person that I actually dealt with. He's coming back with the date of birth 73, so that driver is not who he says he is. So we'll go back now and sort it out. It's the trouble, you have instinct, and my instinct was telling me he was lying. You give people the benefit of the doubt, and unfortunately they still lie to you. The vehicle is still here.
The vehicle is there, but the driver isn't. PC Dwayne thinks he knows exactly how to find him.
Yeah, Al, when they said they were going to go to Tesco's, they've obviously done a runner. And I suppose somebody could just hang about down in Charles Street till I get there, in case they turn up.
The real owner of the car runs a restaurant in the town centre, so Paddy decides to pay him a visit.
We're going to speak to the owner of the restaurant, who is the RO of the registered owner of the vehicle, and try and establish who this driver was that gave his details.
The registered owner of the car is the man PC Dwayne expected to see driving it. And this is the man whose picture came up on the police computer.
Any reason why he would have given me your details? He's given me your full name and your date of birth and your address. He was stopped today. I know you personally, as you know. I wasn't happy with the details he gave me, okay? Because I knew you to be that person.
The man found driving the car turns out to be an employee of the owner.
It's for over 25s.
Further questioning reveals that the car is insured for over 25s only. It could be that the driver is not over 25 and that's why he lied.
At the end of the day, he's dropping you into trouble by doing what he's done. So it's best to get this sorted out now, isn't it? Rather than later.
But PC Dwayne still needs to find out, so he gets the owner to ring the driver.
Will you go and see the police officer in police station? You are going in 10-15 minutes, all right?
The driver agrees to meet PC Dwayne back at the station to face the music.
There's our helicopter now.
Back in the Brecon Beacons, air support has arrived to assist PC Dylan.
What I need is a photograph or something off the face of the driver, because I've got a feeling it's not his vehicle. So I need to see whether the vehicle can stop, and if not, an evidential picture of his face. Hey, come over here! Come here!
But the runaway still doesn't seem to realise that the game is up.
Yeah, have you got the vehicle in sight, X-ray 99? He's just in front of me.
The helicopter circles gathering photos of the driver's face, which will be used as evidence when he is charged. Eventually, the reckless driver realises that he's not going to get away and decides to give up.
What we got now is the helicopter spoken to the occupant of the vehicle, and it seems that they're going to hand themselves in, so we're going to go to a point where the helicopter can bring them across. All right, stop the vehicle, out you get. Come over here. Yeah, X-ray 99, vehicle on stop, motorist is speaking to me now. Thank you very much for your help. Right, what was all that about? You committed the offence of section 34 of basically riding off-road on common land, okay? So I'm pointing that offence out to you. You've also committed the offence of the section 59 of the Reform Act in your manner of driving, especially in the vicinity of pedestrians, okay? So you don't have to say anything, it may harm your defence, don't mention now something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that now, all right? Where are the keys for the vehicle, mate? Not that I don't trust you or anything. Just leave them here carefully for a little while, shall you? Let your vehicle have a bit of a break.
The driver's details are taken and he is reported for all the offences he's committed today. Back at Haverfordwest, PC Dwayne is heading to the station to meet the driver who's given false details.
Right.
He asked me to give you the keys.
Yes, and you've lied to me. Okay? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. You're under arrest for obstructing a police officer in the course of their duty. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that caution?
Yeah.
Why did you lie to me?
I mean, every time I work for him as a delivery driver, you know. Look, I wouldn't have. Why is this going this far? Like, I mean, you know.
Why is it going this far? Because you've lied to me? I asked you at the time who you were, and you gave me false details of who you were. And you knew I knew at the time that it was wrong. I have seen you driving this vehicle on many occasions, all right? You're only a provisional licence holder.
Yeah.
You were not supposed to be driving that vehicle. Right, what I'm going to do with you now, you've been arrested, okay, by myself, but you are going to be interviewed about the offences of driving otherwise in accordance to your driving licence with no insurance, okay, and obstructing the police officer in the course of their duty. The bottom line is, Omar, you shouldn't have lied to me.
Police! Coming up, drunken fights.
That's obstructing.
And drink drivers.
That has just gone against you, mate, okay?
It's Saturday night in West Wales and the pubs and clubs of the towns and cities are full to capacity. Binge drinking is rife and incidents of violence are common. High-profile policing at kick-out time and rapid response to any fights that flare up are the only ways officers can keep on top of the situation.
There's been some sort of altercation there.
PC Paddy Dwayne is a traffic officer, but on a busy Saturday night he also mans a rapid response car, called to any major disturbance. Tonight, PC Dwayne is being called from punch-up to punch-up. As soon as one is cleared up, he's called to another 15 miles away. All the information PC Dwayne has is that a couple have had a fight on a train and the train is waiting at Whitland Station in Carmarthenshire.
I'm not
Stay with you, are you?
drunk, okay?
Yeah, no. Get a complaint that
The guard was concerned that she was with a child and she was intoxicated.
Right, okay.
There is a husband has appeared now.
And he's sober?
And he's sober, so I'm quite happy. But
He
she's
is
now...
not sober.
He looks far more sober than you, my love. Are we going to get you back on this train so we can get you home now?
Yeah, is that okay? Whenever he wants.
Right, how many did you say you've had today then?
About 5 glasses of wine.
Come off the train now. He's just coming down now. You're going to sort of tax out, all right?
I can't afford a taxi.
He said he can. He's going to pay for it.
No, he can't. Because it's my money as well, see?
All right, well, we'll sort that out, all right? But I'd rather you sit in the car than sitting down there on the floor, all right?
It's the usual story of a couple drinking, getting into a fight and blaming each other.
Right, Diane, listen to me now, listen. Do you want a bit of time on your own there?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
PC Dwayne leaves the lady in his car while he sits in a colleague's to Radio HQ.
Main cause of that situation is alcohol. You go to public orders then, people been drinking, a different sort of wavelength, and then you come to something like this, which is a domestic, alcohol related again, but on a different measure. She's upset, so you drop down a level then to that. You're up and down all day long, and it can be draining at times, but you get used to it. I mean, it's part of the job.
Eventually, the couple make up and decide to head home, and PC Dwayne is free to see what other problems alcohol is causing tonight. But some people aren't drinking tonight. In Llanelli, PC Ian Muckle has been called to a serious incident.
I am going to bomb dog, mind.
All right, just package. We'll go through it for the staff.
A telephone call has been made to this pub. The caller just said the word bomb and put the phone down. The threat is real, and as soon as the call was received, the pub staff jumped into action, evacuating everyone and getting them to a safe distance away. It's a situation which the police and pub owners have to work together to resolve with as little danger or disruption to the public as possible. PC Muckle, aided by other officers and staff from the pub, conducts a thorough search of the building but finds nothing.
The two duty managers checked as well, so as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there's just been a hawk story.
On this occasion, the evening revellers are allowed back in, but bomb threats can never be ignored.
Checked it with the staff, they're happy that there's nothing that's suspicious there, so the manager's quite happy for the public to go back in now and resume their drinking.
With one catastrophe averted, PC Muckle heads off, but just around the next corner, he comes across this.
Come here. Yeah, now.
Urinating in public is obviously illegal and unpleasant, but this young man's attitude has really wound up PC Muckle.
That's bloody filthy, that is.
Right, okay,
absolutely filthy. Away, bud. Away. Away. Off you go. You'll have a free ride. You'll have a free ride, boy. Now move away. Come with me. Name and address, I want.
His details will be taken this time. Next time, he won't be so lucky.
Right. Next time you're going to own the book, all right? It's bloody stupid, right?
All right, yeah. Yeah, and done nothing.
Will you shut it and get away?
In another part of town, PC's John Brereton and Darren Morgan are on the night shift, and so apparently is the rest of the town.
Who works night shifts? I work
Keep
days.
it down now, right?
I just work days.
Yeah,
you
no.
work nights. Sorry.
All right.
Tonight, they're keeping an eye on the drunken revellers leaving the pubs and clubs, making sure there's no trouble.
Let's fight a bit.
But it's not going to be a quiet one for them.
Police! Police!
When they get to the disturbance, they find a group of girls fighting. But in the dark, it's impossible to see who's responsible or if anyone's injured.
You get them one last warning, right? You better calm down, otherwise you're coming in. I am sick and tired of your behaviour.
So what have you seen happen?
Always when they've had a few beers.
It's all over as quickly as it started, and the screaming girls are sent on their way.
On your way home now, boy.
But backup has already arrived and the officers will remain outside this nightclub until all these partygoers have gone home. With so many officers on hand, these girls would be mad to start any trouble again, and everyone finally goes home quietly. Back in Pembrokeshire, an alcohol is causing more problems for PC Paddy Dwayne. This time it's a suspected drink driver.
Vehicle has probably a drink driver in it, but I'm not sure which way he's going to go. And I think he's going to make a boot for it.
The driver has spotted PC Dwayne in his mirrors and slowed right down.
He'd obviously worked out that I was there.
PC Dwayne has seen enough and hits the lights.
Yeah, that'll be Charlie 46, essentially.
Just going to have a chat with him now. Like you smell intoxicating liquor? Yeah? Have you had a drink?
I've had a pint of well earlier, yeah.
There we are then. Alright, what I'm going to ask you to do then, step out the car and come back to the vehicle with me, alright? How much have you had to drink tonight?
Pint, 2 pints.
And when did you have your last drink, Anne?
Actually, I just had a couple of swigs of a bottle about 10 minutes ago.
So you say 10 minutes ago you had a drink, did you? Yeah. Do you agree to give me a specimen of breath?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to try you to do is seal your lips around the end of this, okay? Nice, long, continuous, deep breath until I say stop, alright?
Yeah.
So nice, deep breath. I'll say keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we are, mate. Works off a traffic light system, alright? There's green, orange, red. If it goes to 1, it'll be on orange. I advise you not to go any further. So how many did you say you've had?
I had 2 pints earlier.
Right.
And then a quarter of a can.
And quarter of a can?
Yeah.
The driver tries one final plea.
You are?
You go home, will you?
I wish I could, mate, but unfortunately, because I smell alcohol on your breath, I can't until I'm satisfied that you are eligible to drive, alright? Just to inform you, okay? It has gone to fail. I'm going to inform you now, you are under arrest, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given an evidence, okay? You failed the roadside breath test. What's going to happen with you now? You're going to be taken to Afterwards Police Station where you'll go on the intoxicating machine at the station, alright?
Right, can I grab some fags?
No, you can't. You won't be able to smoke in custody, mate, whatever. Alright? You can take them with you if you want to have a cigarette when you leave custody.
Yeah, please,
yeah, that's fine, yeah. But you can't smoke now, alright?
The suspected drink driver is cooperating for the moment, but it doesn't last long.
Put that cigarette out. I told you, I've warned you. Put it out. I warned you not to smoke, okay? That's obstructing.
Sorry,
that's obstructing police in your duty, alright? Put your hands out. You're being handcuffed. Put your hands out. That has just gone. That has just gone against you, mate, okay?
He's taken away to the station for further testing, but you can be sure PC Dwayne isn't going to go easy on him. Coming up soon on Brit Cops Frontline Crime, the new police action series exclusive to Bravo. Meet Britain's hardest SWAT teams on the trail of drugs in Devon and Cornwall. The real Sweeney comes to London with the tough-talking, no-nonsense coppers from the Met. And Frontline Police deal with hardcore crime in Wales. Bastard. Bravo's cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals.